Dogs of Browntown.
Dogs of Browntown. Dogs of Browntown.
Panj, Chahar, Se, Do, Yak.
Whoa. Look at that, huh? Welcome back to the Dogs of Browntown. Hey, Hormos, come on now. Come on now. I was trying to bring a different brown to bring the count in. What was that? What kind of language was that?
Farsi, the Iranian language.
Okay, that's very colorful. I like it.
Thank you.
As per almost every episode, some of them we forgot it last episode. We do have a countdown timer as to when white people will be the minority. Now we didn't make this timer. It just happens to be a thing. Now, could you
I believe
put that
Ashley
up there?
Furniture made the timer.
Ashley Furniture is our
Also, hi, I'm
sponsor
Joel
on that.
Jimenez. I put the Panic in Hispanic.
Oh yeah, 1
I
second.
had that loaded in the car, and I was like, you gotta get this out.
Okay, no, let's hit it one more time. We got to my left. We'll start it different. To my left.
Yeah, Joel Jimenez, here we are. I already did it. Now,
Yeah.
who cares? Let's get to this time.
And I'm Hormuz Rashidi. I put the Panic in Hispanic as well.
Fuck, it's better when you do it.
I'm not even Hispanic.
You put the Panic in America, dude.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. You know, Panic in America. You know what my wife told me earlier, because I told her that Joe Rogan opened up like a comedy with the...
A comedy club?
A comedy club.
Yeah.
With both the comedy rooms called, like, what is it, like the big...
Fat Man and Little Boy.
Fat Man and Little Boy over bombs.
Named after bombs that killed millions of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
kind of a
Like,
cool name though, because it's like,
what if there's a club
if
in
you
Iraq,
kill in
though?
those rooms, it's like, yeah, I killed just like those bombs.
What about the comedy club in Iraq, like Tower 1, Tower 2?
That's
the
a
equivalent.
joke already, yeah.
Is it already a joke?
Isan has a joke like that, yeah.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's actually worse than that, because we actually killed those people in Japan with our bombs. Iraq wasn't even involved in 9/11. You know?
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, I know those guys.
He has insider
who did
info.
9/11.
Wait, is camera one on? Are they new cameras? I don't see the red or green dot.
I think she would say something, but
Okay. Okay.
you're like, I need to see the blinking, or else
I'm a
this
little
isn't working.
scattered today. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to hone it in.
No, you're
Can
good.
we? Okay, just for my own thing. Let's throw to the screen real quick. Do the thing you always do, and then I'm gonna fucking get it together. We'll move on.
Okay. Cool. The Panic Hispanic. He puts the Panic. Two, like we said, beautiful screen. I'm gonna have to Vanna White it. You see?
Yeah.
This will be when white people are minority. We clearly didn't make this timer. We're only showcasing it to let you know.
No. Asians made the timer, but they were paid by white supremacists, probably.
And it is brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Up to 30% off designer picks. Shop now.
Use code Dogs of Browntown.
Please don't
You
do
know,
that.
what I was learning on my way over here is that if we all went to prison, you would be. They have a group called the Other, which is like Asians, Samoans.
Are you othering me, Doug?
Well, they're kind of othering you. The prison system.
I'm pretty sure if I went to prison, I would be with the black guys.
What makes you say that?
Look at all the jerseys he has.
All my jerseys. I'm wearing a little Uzi Vert sweater. They'd be like, "Oh, damn, this guy's fucking cool as fuck."
Are
You
you ready to fight your own people for your life to secure your position in the black gang?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before. I'll do it again. You know?
Fair.
Have you heard that Chappelle joke about like the person you should be most afraid of in a
Yeah,
black gang
is
is
the
the
white guy.
Iranian guy?
No, that's not. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's the bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think all of them, the rest of them have guns, but you got that one bomb that matters.
Yeah, don't bring a gun to a bomb fight.
Imagine Hormos making a homemade bomb in jail.
Can you do the accent? Wait. I'll be like, I'll pull out my gun, and then you say you don't bring a gun to a bomb fight in the accent. All right. Hey man, fucking, that's it, dude. I'm gonna unalive you.
Wait, why'd you say it like that?
Because the algorithm will pull us if we say.
But I don't think people in jail care about the algorithm. Just say what a person in jail
I don't
would
want
say.
to do all the racial slurs.
They'll bleep. We'll bleep it. We won't bleep it.
What? Give me. What do I say then? Break yourself.
A gun? Don't bring gun to bomb fight. I don't know.
It's not even like real bombs, like hot
It was
dogs.
really
It's
good.
like hot dogs tied together. He's like, where are you gonna get bomb stuff?
I just started eating them.
Don't
That
bring
would be
bomb
funny though.
to hot dog
You
fight.
strap a bunch of ramens to your
He
chest.
brought a cigarette to a ramen fight.
You selling ramens out of that
Yeah.
coat?
Matter of fact, let's just smoke the cigarette and then eat this ramen, and I think we can get along.
Did you know that there's never been an Iranian terrorist?
That what?
There's never been an Iranian terrorist like against
I'm
America.
sure someone's been terrorized by an Iranian. In their life.
Are you here as a spokesman of just like stuff that
No,
doesn't?
I'm just saying, like everybody says, "Oh, Iran terrorist," because all Middle Easterners are called terrorists, right?
Yeah.
But Iranians find the Iranian guy who went and blew up a mosque, blew up whatever. They don't do that shit. They pay Arabs to do that shit. Facts.
Hormos! You better say allegedly behind that.
No, it's facts. Hezbollah.
What does
Hamas.
Hasbulla have to do with this? All right, he's a cute little man.
Yeah. Isn't Hasbulla that tiny little man who does cute little poses?
Well, he's named after the Lebanese semi-terrorist organization.
How cute would I be if I was Hezbollah size?
Oh my god,
Oh my
dude, I
God.
would never put you down.
here.
Dude.
I bring you everywhere, dog.
Same voice.
It'd be the same voice. It'd be the same voice. You got that little front for you just carry me on your chest.
Yeah. The little bubble backpacks they put cats in.
Matching sunglasses like in The Hangover.
The mullet still as long. It like goes down to your ankles and shit.
I put it above your head.
Oh fuck, dude. Oh my god. I just started doing these like nicotine packs, and I'm high as shit right now. on
You're
it.
high off of nicotine?
Yeah.
That's a weird 420 to have. What are you high off of? OG Kush. Not me, toothpicks. Toothpicks is what got me going.
Yeah.
You know, actually, like the shamans in South America used to get crazy high off nicotine because they would take this like really strong nicotine and
What's
stick
like-
it up their asses.
I think I've heard of
They would
this.
do anal suppositories because you can't eat the nicotine; you'll throw up. It's just too much. But if
yeah,
you put it in
yeah.
your ass and like, what's it called when they do that with
Keister?
If you or when you do it with alcohol. If you put an alcohol-soaked tampon up your
Alcoholism.
ass.
I'm fine with the practices. I'm just questioning as to whose idea it was at first. It's like Weird Sam says that we could do just put it in our asses.
They would just drip
Yeah.
balls because supposedly, like, it's super psychoactive.
Well, it's
at that
probably
level.
from like the plant. They're probably growing it the way people grow weed and like curing it, and like it's not, doesn't
It's
have
the nicotine.
additives. I'm into it. Let's
No,
do
it's
it.
the nicotine.
I'll do it on this show.
Like a cigarette has like half a gram of nicotine or whatever, or
6 milligrams, I believe, in one
Okay,
cigarette.
so that's 0.0.
Yeah.
It's like less than, it's like a very little bit of nicotine. But if you put like a gram of nicotine up your ass,
Yeah, like
you
shove
could
it
die
up-
though
yeah.
too, because
Cigars look like dildos. I'll sit on one.
It is weird though.
they
Like
look more like poop.
a lot of the times, the highest you've ever been, it's like it's like a celebrity. You got to sneak it in through the back, like to get really fucking high. Like, why is it we got to put it in our ass? It's
I
like
heard Stevie Nicks did it because she blew her fucking nasal cavity out, so she would put cocaine in
Also,
her
it's
butt.
just a lot of capillaries in your ass, so you can just get high really fast.
wait, how does that work? You twist the
I
dollar
think she
bill
would
up
have somebody
and then you
like
put it
blow
under.
it in her
Yeah,
ass.
you blow it in your ass. Yeah.
I'd like to think the little dollar bill was right in her butthole, and she sniffs it across a toilet seat.
Yeah, she squats over the piano
Squats
in the
over.
main room.
You just hear like a snorting noise from a butthole go across.
and then she farts out of her mouth. I'm a fucking child.
Why are you a child?
I'm so juvenile. I love it, dude. I'm the youngest person in the world, dude. All right.
She could. You like porn stars could probably do that.
Do
you know,
what?
like they could
Oh,
probably
yeah.
be getting fucked in their ass.
Oh, okay.
And then right when the guy with the big dick pulls his dick out, they put a straw in there and just suck up the coke.
That seems dumb. I feel like why not just put a Coke rock on the tip of the weenie, and as it's going inside,
Well,
It would
imagine like
numb the dick too
UPS
much.
delivery.
OG
Numb the
on
dick.
fentanyl from that. Like you get the wrong batch and then they die.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Fentanyl butt? That'd be the
Well, no, she
awful way
thinks
to
it's
die.
Coke. You think it's Coke, but it's laced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my butt's sleepy
Make
all
sure
of a
you
sudden.
test your coke before you. Is it called boofing?
I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
boofing.
Boofing. Yeah, before you boof it.
What? Explain to me what boofing is.
Yeah, to
'cause
boof is to put stuff
Shit up your ass. Yeah.
I like that they have a nickname.
So
for
the
it. Instead
shamans
of
would
not
boof
doing
tobacco.
this,
Yeah.
I don't think they called it boofing back then.
Yeah.
I think they called
came
it
up
Old
with it.
Aztec word. That means
sacred business or something. Yeah,
it's towards the sky. Yeah.
My high school's mascot was the Aztecs, and I didn't realize
that's
until
tight
I
as
went
fuck.
to college that it was racist.
I want a sweater from there.
it's
though.
like it's like that's Mexico City's tribe.
What high school is that?
Esperanza in
San
Anaheim
Diego?
Hills.
Damn, somebody sent me a sweater. I wear a medium. I want an Aztec sweater.
Hell yeah.
He just said
Hey,
it was racist.
I don't care.
It
Oh,
is
I
a
love
dope
it.
looking sweater though. This is Esperanza.
I
on
mean,
the top.
representation, dude. It was,
Hey, if you listen to this podcast and you went to high school with me, please buy my buddy Joel an Esperanza sweater, extra small,
medium,
extra medium, and
large, medium.
actually probably small. Because he likes to show off the
Oh,
muscle.
yeah.
Nah, get
look
him a
at these.
3X, like early
No, no, no.
2000s.
The tighter Joel's shirt is, the more muscular Joel looks. Joel looks like he's just skinny and wiry in a baggy thing.
Yeah.
But then when you see him take his shirt off, Joel's fucking ripped, dude.
Hey, you heard it here first. Sign up for my
Construction and
OnlyFans.
lawn work fucking builds up that shit, dog.
Are those curvy swords? Are they heavy?
You're just going right back to curvy swords every time I heard him.
Those are two of the funniest words together. Man.
Curvy swords?
Curvy swords
is
are dope.
it just never makes me not laugh.
It just goes right back to curvy swords, though. Anytime he hurts you, you're like, you got curvy swords.
That could have been the name of this podcast. Yeah. Welcome back to Curvy Swords.
Curvy boys with curvy swords, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Except for Joel, he's got a six-pack apparently, according to Hormos.
Nah, I don't know about all that.
Okay, the only reason I bring up the thing because it was 420 obnoxiously 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all adults here.
Yeah.
Does that matter still?
No, I don't even really smoke like that. I used to love it though. I would you would plan to smoke at 420 on 420, but also just be fucked up the entire day.
It's nerdy as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm 42. Zero. So I am 420.
yeah.
Oh.
And I know it's nerdy as fuck.
Yeah.
That being said, I had a bunch of friends come over. I smoked all day. When 420 hit, we smoked. I'm a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
You also have a weed problem.
Yeah. You do that. You smoke all day. You have a issue.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like, cannabis is not addictive. It 100% is.
Yeah.
I don't think cannabis is
It's not
addictive.
physically
It's not
addictive.
physically addictive.
Stop taking the cool away from drugs. I'm tired of this shit. People are like, nah, it's medicine. Like, shut up, cannabis medicines guy.
It,
All right.
it is also
it is drugs.
medicine. It's
Let
drugs
me-
too, but it's also medicine. Like if I didn't smoke weed and I was taking back pills and muscle relaxers that my doctors gave me, that shit's worse.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'd like
but-
some of those though. Send them over to me.
But
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
stopped smoking
Science
weed all the time.
perfected
I stopped-
drugs.
They
Sorry.
didn't.
Yeah, they
Dog, my
did.
brother was telling me that too. He was like I forget what it's called, Marinol, the pills
yeah.
they give.
That sounds like a good
he's
syrup.
they're even better than marijuana, blah blah blah. And I tried it. I'm like, it's not better. It's worse.
Why? In what sense?
It doesn't feel as good as actual. They had to chemically make the marijuana chemical, and it doesn't hit as good. And also, those other cannabinoids that are in the pot plant,
Have you tried?
They don't
boofing
have it all.
though?
No, tonight. Okay, tonight. Are you coming over?
You guys want to move weed?
Yeah.
Don't even burn it. Just put whole nuggets of things up our butts. It does nothing.
It would work.
No, like I remember in high school, some guy was like, I would sprinkle weed into my orange juice and I'd get hella high. I'm like,
That'd
no,
work.
no,
That'd
it
work,
doesn't.
yeah.
Those
That's not
base
how that
heads.
works
I know.
at
You
all.
If you eat weed, just chew up a piece of a nug and eat it. You'll get high.
No, you won't.
you will.
That's not how
Not
that
as
works.
much as if you like put it into like a soluble substance, you know, like a butter or an oil. Because
Your body will break down the THC that's in that weed, and then and your liver will change it into that other chemical, and you'll get high.
You know what? That is how that works.
But if you want it to taste good, if you want to make something like a brownie, you're not just going to throw nugs. It'll taste gross.
I'm
so
saying-
then you got to make the butter and then
Yeah.
make the shit.
it's not how it works but I remember I had a pot plant and then I had a pot-bellied pig eat the pot plant, and then she went to bed for a day.
you
Yeah.
had a pig.
He had a pig on a farm.
Yeah. I've had a dog eat a nug. Same shit.
Ah.
Just fucking. They
I've
get
eaten
really.
them. One time I was at like a fucking quinceañera I didn't want to be at, and I had a bunch of like
Goodbye.
Mexican, like I had like Mexican brickweed, and I remember just had a bunch in my pocket. I couldn't smoke, so I was just like eating the weed at the party, like trying.
You're eating it like a power bar? Like
kind
tastes the
of,
same?
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
gross.
Exactly, the
Tastes like-
opposite of a power bar.
Integrity bar.
Man.
I mean, I just bring it up just because you don't smoke it as much.
No, I do at like night to go to sleep. That's it. I got real bad insomnia. I do edibles. I had a sick ass weed drink last night, like a 10 milligram weed drink, melatonin, and I fucking slept real good.
Nice.
I feel like I have superpowers today.
So you did nothing for 420.
No, I worked and I didn't smoke. I don't even think I smoked on 420. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people who don't smoke, 420 is just a day they celebrate Hitler's birthday. And I think that's what Joel did.
Hello, sky. He's just saying hello to the sky. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, he
How are
kept
you
saying
doing,
hi to the
sun?
sky. I remember him saying hi to the sky. That
No,
was
I'm not
weird.
hailing. I'm saying hi to the sky. This isn't fair. They do call you Joe Berg. It's not.
That's Jewish.
They do call it hailing a cab, too.
It is usually a brown guy driving it too, and we go
man.
right to it.
Wow.
That's not cool, Joel. How
No.
would you say that?
I didn't say it. Let the record show.
My favorite thing.
The views expressed by these two.
What two? It's mostly Hormos.
Yeah, but you're the little Hasbulla on his left shoulder, dude.
It's just two me's, one devil, one angel. The
Yeah.
angel's piping down, dude.
No, they're
It's
both
like-
devils, dude.
No.
Yeah. You think those wings would carry you, dude? I feel bad every time I make a fat joke towards Saul, too.
Why?
Cause.
Okay.
Anyway,
No, I only bring it up is because we're obviously three brown dudes, so drugs had to have been. I used to be envious of some of my friends who were like, oh, we could smoke and drink when we were like 15. And my mom was like, oh, you just do it here, so you're doing
Yeah.
it here safe.
I had
and I'm
white friends like that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's not a brown.
What do you? That's not a maybe not all, but
Yeah.
that's not a brown household thing. Like if my dad caught me smoking weed, he would knuckles beat the fuck
Yeah.
out of me.
Yeah.
What are you
Damn.
saying?
I was a good kid. I never did that shit until I went to college. But sometimes I would come home late and my dad would be like, "Can you smell your hand?"
He would smell your hand,
Yeah.
like,
And he'd
if
be
you're
like, "Good, it just smells like
what if
pussy."
it was pussy? Yeah. He's like, nah, good
to
boy.
that. Good boy.
Good boy. And they're like, he knows it's dick. I know that smell.
He's like, I used to.
my son is
have you
gay.
guys ever like peed after eating edibles and your piss smells like weed a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah, I've had
Makes
that
sense.
happen.
Mine just smells like cake frosting.
Ooh.
I think I'm sick.
I'll take yeah. Let me lick the spoon.
I don't know if that's good, man. I get woozy sometimes, you know?
Hell yeah.
No. Yeah, I have had that. When you have a lot of cannabis in your system,
Yeah.
like, or that was after like maybe taking 300, 400 milligram edibles. Like when but see, that's not on purpose.
Yeah.
You'd go to somebody like, oh, just eat I made a cookie. And then you find out like that hit me like 400 milligrams. That was
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Are you good on that many milligrams?
I'm good on about 100. In the
Okay.
pocket of 100, I get a little giggly. I feel like I'm more.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but
100's
like
a lot.
I'll go on stage sometimes, and then like
I'll go on stage sometimes too.
Oh, I've gone on stage before.
Cool.
not more than me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, my
Do you guys
friends are like,
remember when the Comedy Store had to reinforce the stage for Saul?
I don't.
I do. It was a sad day.
The first set he had, he fell through the bottom of the stage. The audience thought it was like a Looney
And that's not even
Tunes
fair
bit.
because I checked it for like little hollow points too, like ice. I was like, hold on, it's fine right here. And then I thought I was fine, and then I wasn't fine. I fell right through. Little arms up.
Yeah.
He actually fell right into the studio.
People kept trying to help
We started
me.
this podcast. Yeah.
People kept trying to help me. There's like a little orca whale on the other side. And I'm like,
But dog, when I look at videos of you before,
yeah.
man, you've lost a lot of weight, dog. I'm proud of you, bro.
That's through sadness.
Damn.
People think like that. Like depression
no.
works sometimes. No, I'm serious.
But you've been losing weight. Have you been sad this whole time?
No, I've been gaining. I just gained
Oh,
like
really?
10 pounds. But that's being on the road and just,
Yeah.
I love it. I love blaming the road for everything.
Yeah.
The road who does
Babe,
do that,
I've been
though.
doing heroin that's the road, man.
You're the
That's- no, it's an awful excuse that comedians use. They'll go, the road, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, that's
Well,
you.
There's a lot that goes to it. I mean, like you're in a hotel room alone. It can be lonely. It's sad. It's like,
The food.
yeah,
You
there's
can't not eat the food in a town.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
want to
oh.
like experience the most like delicious things
Yeah.
about that. If I like me and Jeremiah, we eat like garbage. We call
Well,
it
'cause
being
here's the
bad. We're
thing.
like, let's fucking do it.
I assume Jeremiah's a monogamous guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like if
Absolutely.
you're
That's what
a
he's got.
monogamous comedian on the road, you have to lock yourself into a hotel room with like a werewolf. So it's
Yeah.
nothing but jerking off and carne asada fries. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
your whole
We
weekend.
ate ribs in bed one time, like
Together.
just sitting there. Yeah,
Drinking
together. Yeah.
onto carne asada.
Onto the carne asada fries. Well, extra protein. Yeah, like a protein boost.
Yeah.
You didn't do it with your ribs?
What, come on the ribs?
No, he
Yeah.
had one of his ribs removed so he could suck
So I
his own
could
dick.
suck- I had one of my ribs removed so I could suck Jeremiah's dick.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, well, you know.
No, we're eating ribs in bed. That, honestly, as a 38-year-old man, that sounds fantastic.
It sounds great. We watched the Magic Johnson documentary. We just eat like, I used to raid vending machines like a psychopath, like grab one of everything and just we'd go.
Would you
for
pay
it.
for it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I thought you would like just shake off one of
You're
everything.
bullying a vending machine?
Yeah, and then everything falls out.
Give me all your Snickers,
I
kid.
sent little Saul in there to like.
I'm in there. I'm like, stop grabbing the honey buns. Like, it's the one I want.
Ooh, I love a fucking vending machine honey bun, man.
They're so good.
Dude.
They're
You know
so
what?
stale and ready
We
for the
should do
apocalypse.
separate content of us going on like hikes and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
You should do separate content.
No. Bringing Saul. We want to see. We can like show Saul building up the ability to do longer and longer.
You're gonna have to drag me like a dog that's tired. You know what I mean? Like you're just scraping me.
At first we will.
Yeah,
At first
yeah.
we will. But then like it'll get easier.
We could do like a sled situation where I'm mushing both of you. Come on, boys. Let's go.
The dogs.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
You'll be all worked out though.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So clearly, I had a conservative father and a submissive mother to my conservative father. So anything like drugs and like anything like that in my household was a big no-go. So I didn't really start smoking weed till, I'm going to be honest, 26, 27.
Damn. Wow, that's
later on in
late.
life. You know, but I drank way before that because it was legal. My dad was like, tequila's whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like anything like drugs, like that, I feel like that's when my point, like 26, 27, that's when I'm like, I clicked on as a personality truly. Because it's like, it's now, weed is a part of my everyday life. I am addicted to it. I disagree with
I don't think it's
Foremost
a
on this.
physical addiction though. I
Like
think
you
you
won't
have a
die
mental
if you
addiction.
stop doing
I have
it.
an impulsive,
Like if you smoke cigarettes, you get physically addicted to the nicotine.
Yeah.
If you smoke joints, you can. Like when I go on a vacation to somewhere nice that has no weed, I'm having the best time of my life. I'm not missing weed the whole time. You know what I mean? It's not that. But cigarettes, you'd still be on a vacation in a tropical place and you'd be looking for nicotine.
I was on
It's
a
different
cruise
level.
ship for 5 days. Into day 3, sober the whole way through. My wife and I were fighting, and then as soon as I took edibles that I had edible oil that I forever in my head I was like, I'll put it into a toothpaste tube because I don't know, but it'll get past these drug dogs. I drank the toothpaste tube like 3 days in. I was high as fuck, and then my wife was like, "Oh, there's my husband."
Wild. Damn.
She goes, "That's the guy I married." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm sorry," because I was bad. I was bad for 3 days. So I do have, like, my whole personality is driven off like being floating the whole day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing. I hope maybe one day I'll be able to not do that, but nah, dude, I'm a weed boy.
Yeah. It's like coffee for you.
Yeah, coffee and marijuana really drives my
Also,
whole day.
edibles is just such a different high too. It's such an intense high. I couldn't function on that high.
You can. It's fun.
Not me. dog.
I just give in to the
not an
edibles
edible guy.
themselves. You know, when's the last time, let's say, you felt high, like high, uncomfortable high?
A couple weeks, maybe a couple months ago, I did too many edibles to go to sleep, and I was like freaking out. It was I started thinking about my whole life, and
Oh yeah, you get right into thinking about negative
it's like
things,
almost
huh?
immediate. Yeah, I just I'll try to breathe and it'll just go dark real quick. A lot of times it'll be like the night before I leave for a tour because I got to get up at 4 a.m. or whatever. So I'll take an edible at like 8 to try and go to sleep, and then it just backfires and I'm up all night like staring
You
at
just
the
don't.
ceiling.
You just don't give in to sleep.
Eventually it happens, but there's 30 minutes to an hour that's real tough, man. It's like surfing, dude. You're just like, you're trying to get that wave, and like I put on YouTube, I try to watch funny stuff.
Well,
No, don't watch anything if you're trying
yeah,
to sleep.
you should clear your mind.
Yeah,
It
but
should be
no, but if I
dark.
close my eyes, then I'm watching the story of my life like play in my head, like from childhood to adulthood, and everything wrong I've ever done, and everything, every situation I could have handled differently.
What I suggest is dark room and put on the Dogs of Browntown podcast with a 15-minute timer. We'll
Don't
put,
listen
we'll
to
put
him.
you to bed.
Don't listen to him, because then you'll have a rope in the room, and you don't want that. Yeah, you're like, no, make it stop.
I remember my brother told me the story about my parents. Like I was too little at the time. I was probably like 2 or 3, and he said they were watching like one of those Rescue 911 shows, and it was like a person ODing on heroin or something.
Yeah.
And they were coming in, they're saving the person's life, and everybody was like watching it. And my mom came in and was like, "What's going on here?" And they were like, "Oh, these like, this ambulance is here to save this person's life. They're overdosing on heroin." And then they said that my mom started screaming at the TV, "Let them die!
Shut the fuck
Let
up.
them die!
No way!
They're garbage!
No!
Let them die!"
Oh, she didn't say that.
Yeah, and then they were like, "If you guys ever do heroin, if you guys ever do
my
drugs,
God.
I'll kill you myself."
Fuck, dude.
And so they were like, yeah. So we knew like, don't do drugs. Like parents,
Wow.
parents.
Like now, because I'm such the opposite person. My mom tells me that like a week later, I'm like, man,
Heroin
my
might
mom's
be
got
fun.
heroin. No, I'd be on heroin. I'd be like, oh, this is nice. My mom could come in and kill me right now.
Like, fuck.
Heroin, man.
I've never experienced heroin.
Yeah, me neither.
But I've experienced whatever the equivalent is
Oxy?
pill-wise. The
Yeah.
Oxy.
Yeah.
I've done half an Oxy, one Halloween, and I melted into a couch. And I remember watching, somebody had thought it was funny to turn on a Sesame Street that was on randomly. I was like, why is it on at like 11 p.m. at night?
Yeah, that
They
is
put
weird
it
that
on,
it's
and
on
I was
that
like
late.
sitting there watching Sesame Street. I'm like, yo, Sesame Street is lit. Dog.
That's great. Yeah, I love it.
Dog, Fantasia. The best thing to be on drugs.
See,
and
that's some 420 ass shit right there. Like, dude, we're gonna get
Fantasia's
high,
so
dude. We're gonna put
good.
on Fantasia, dude.
Like, you don't even have to be high.
We're putting Dark Side of
Fantasia's
the
so
Moon
good.
on with Wizard of Oz, dude. It lines up, dude.
Yeah, that's the 420 thing. Like, we don't have to have plans. We could just chill.
Yeah,
yeah. No,
that's
let's
a
go-
young people's game, and maybe like activists or like I think it's cool for like
All
people
right.
that are like for
In the culture, yeah.
Well, we live in California. It's so like normal here, but we forget like it wasn't always like that. It was like super illegal when I was a kid too, man. And it's so I get it. They're still in the fight. They're doing it, trying to normalize it.
I had one high school party I went to with my best friend Sepp Ervakil, shout out, best friend.
We brought him up before.
We brought him up before. And this is a funny story. We always bring it up when we're drinking, getting fucked up together now. Is the first time he drank a beer at a party, I saw him drinking and I just was looking at him. He's like, "What?" And I just said,
Oh no!
and I just said, "I thought you were stronger than that."
Shut the foremost, no. He's all insecure and drunk. You're
And
a piece of shit.
"It's just one beer." I'm like, "Whatever, dog." Whatever. And then like a year,
Let him die.
like a year.
my mom said you should die.
My mom thinks you should die, Seth. And then like a year later, like we're fucking all smoking weed, taking mushrooms, drinking and partying together, and we're just talking about it. Like, and I'll be like eating like mushrooms, and then he'll be like, "I thought you were stronger than that."
That's great. Yeah, you're not. Man.
What's the what's the worst? Because he's explained his worst high. I didn't ask you about your first high, but let me
Yeah,
ask.
we'll get there.
What's your worst high?
My worst high on weed edibles was just eating a really big ass edible, working the back door of the Comedy Store, like the same, the
You're
same
the
thing.
second person
Yeah.
out of Fury.
Everybody, Fury, me.
Yeah.
I think you've had that experience. I feel like
Yeah.
everybody's thought, I'll eat this edible and I'll ride this night out.
Yeah.
I know Anthony Amarillo said he had it. It's like everybody,
Allegedly.
and then
Nah,
you're
definitely
back
for me.
there with all these fucking needy ass motherfuckers around you trying to talk to you, and you're the room's
On a Monday night, imagine?
Oh,
Oof.
that's the worst drug experience I've had. Is probably edibles at the back. The worst real drug experience I had was on my birthday, like 4 years ago. We took like a tab of acid each, me and Angie, and we went to the Broad Museum. Amazing museum. If you ever
Yeah,
come to
it's
LA,
great.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
Super fun. Had a great time. Then we came back to the pad, and we were like, let's do more acid. And we've done like maybe 3 hits each before.
Yeah.
So we were like, I'm gonna do 4 more hits. So I did 5 total that day. And she's like, I'll do 3, so I'll do 4. So we each were like doing more than we'd ever done before. And so we took this acid. This is when I lived with Stephen Fury. And he was just about to leave for work as a door guy. And we're sitting there like, and Fury's just making us die laughing. You know, like we're just on acid, on the come up of acid. Fury's killing us. And Fury's beard is flying off of his face the whole time. Like his beard hairs, like I could see them going off into the world. It was just like we're tripping balls. And then Fury goes to work, and we just keep going higher on acid until eventually, like, we're both just sitting there listening to music and everything's moving. And then I turn to Angie and I say, everything's moving and stuff, but like nothing's fun. And she's like, I know. And we're like, did we do too much? Like,
And that's where it starts, dude.
and then we start freaking out a little bit because we're like, did we fry our brains? Is this what they talk about? Like, because it's always been like, whoa, this is so fun. And then it goes away and you're back to normal. And we're like, did we do damage right now?
Yeah.
And we start freaking out. It's like maybe 10 minutes of us freaking out. And then we're like, want to fuck? So then we started fucking.
Fuck the pain away.
And fucking was still good. Fucking was still great. And then when we came and we like collapsed.
When I came.
Yeah.
When I came.
Hormones
No. That's the thing is like my dick. I can come quick. I can wait. I fuck until the girl comes.
Oh, well, you know how to control your piece,
Whoa,
all right?
sorry, dude.
Mine shoots real fast. Ha!
quick trigger.
Quick trigger.
But then we fucked, and then after we fucked, we were like, all right, everything's fun again. Yeah. It was like, oh fuck, and music sounded good again. It was like music didn't sound good.
Huh.
We were on all this acid. We're playing our favorite songs. We're like,
You came out some of the acid. Brought you back to some sobriety.
Maybe, yeah.
Get out
or
of
I
here,
needed
acid.
more endorphins to flood to like get me to a happy place.
Yeah.
But it was like 10 minutes of like really scary shit.
See, if I had sex on acid, I'd be worried that that something happened, that the condom broke, that now she's pregnant.
Have you done acid before?
I haven't. I've done mushrooms. I had it. Someone gave me an acid tab in Sacramento, and I think I accidentally threw it away. But I wanted to. I was gonna do like a half of it or something like that.
I love acid.
Yeah, it changed my life.
Well, I've heard it's like the best and the worst all in one, and I don't know if I need the
Doing
worst.
too much is why it was the worst experience for me. And it was still, out of a 10-hour trip, 10 minutes of it being scary.
But it feels like 3 hours.
But those 10 minutes were terrifying.
yeah. I've had bad mushroom trips before.
Like yours was the sleep. It wasn't the sleeping, was it? That wasn't the worst. That was just too much.
It's hard to explain because they're all mundane sort of situations, but the chaos that goes on inside of my head it's awful. And I know that, I'm just too high. Like I can tell myself that tomorrow I'll be all right. Like I just need to like sleep this off. But yeah, it's I did an edible before I went to go see Hereditary. Like
why?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't know.
Wait a minute.
I didn't know what I was getting into. Right? Like I just
One of the scariest movies ever.
I wasn't drinking at the time, and I was like, okay, I'll do this like little piece of an edible. I think I did like 10 milligrams, but I was like white knuckling, man. The first like hour and a half of that movie, and then the little girl gets like,
You're just sitting there like Larry Birdface is a witch.
Yeah.
And you're like so
Yeah.
terrified. God damn.
But when the brother is like too high and he has to drive his sister to the emergency room, and she's like having an allergic reaction. That's what it feels like that anxiety. Like even when I'm just laying in my bed, it feels it's fucking wild, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
So lately I'm just like, why do I do this? But I will not sleep usually if I don't. So
You don't sleep
I
at
have
all.
bad insomnia, dude. Like it's since 2018, it's been pretty incessant. I don't know. I get fucking trolls online like, are you fucking doing enough, man? I think it's two things. I think I have overactive
Bladder.
I think too much, that also. And and I think I've been thinking about this lately. I have a deviated septum, and I don't know if I can get enough like air through my nose to like to breathe and like calm down.
That from all the cocaine use? Is that what the
No, I
deviated
didn't
septum's
have
from?
last time I did cocaine I was 17, and I didn't really do that a lot.
Well,
Have you tried
I was just
taping
kidding.
your mouth shut?
No, I think I'll die because I think if I tape my mouth, I won't get air through my nose.
No, I think it'll just force you to breathe through your nose.
Maybe. I don't know.
I worry about that. I think I might.
People do that though.
I know, I've seen it. Yeah, there's a company called Hostage Tape. Hey, Hostage Tape, if you're fans of this show, send me that.
I have some hostage tape in my bag. It's my own brand.
different kind. Yeah, it's just duct tape.
Iranian hostage tape from ever since 1979, the best.
Yeah, made in America.
I'm a big fan of acid. It's the reason I felt like, not the reason, but it was like my boost to get to LA. Because like it was like 2018, the first time I took acid.
Yeah.
And then it went from like, I'm going to quit gambling. I'm going to marry my girl. I'm going to move to LA.
Yeah.
And something has never made me so like confident and reassured in myself.
Yeah.
Where I was like, this rips. But I've also taken acid
Give
to
you
where
perspective.
Yeah, it gave me perspective.
Yeah.
So like, I'm very thankful of that. I'm always a big fan. I'll always be a big, positive in psychedelics and stuff like that.
I started smoking weed at like 14.
Yeah,
like
that's
young,
wild.
and I used to smoke it a lot. Like I would have baggies of like I had like those joint rollers, like the zigzag ones, and I would just have a bag full of joints. I'd smoke them like cigarettes, man, like all day. And then I remember the day it stopped working. The same way I like that Speed Racer remake came out with Emil Hirsch. I got home from work. I had a cool like those old vaporizer boxes, and I remember doing that, and it just fucking that was it. I like went into this deep thought process, and then ever since then, it's kind of been like that. I think it just amplifies where I'm at. Maybe I don't know.
I feel you.
I love it. I love the taste. If I could smoke weed, I love the smell. I love the taste. If I could,
I do
smoke
love
it,
the taste.
Yeah.
My doctor, when I told him, I was thinking about contemplating stopping to smoke weed and just sticking strictly to edibles.
Yeah.
And he was just like, as long as it's not cigarette smoke. And I always I was like, that's crazy. And I always tell my patients, as long as you're 25 and above.
Yeah.
So the hearing you smoke at 14 with an undeveloped brain, I don't know quite. You think
What it
that's,
does.
Yeah, what it does. You
I mean, I
maybe
think
it's
it probably helped me a lot in my teens. I mean, like with my anxiety, shit like that. I think I definitely abused it. You're a kid, you don't know how to handle it.
Do you think it helped you be a better musician when you were coming up?
I don't know about that. I don't know, because now that I don't drink and all that sort of shit, like I feel like I play my best. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I was like working against. And smoking weed for me in drums is bad because I'd forget where I was in the song.
Right.
I would have thoughts like, oh, if I stop playing, this all falls apart.
Right, you're literally the rhythm of the band.
Yeah, and it
So if you fucking
alcohol though was like, it's real fun. You're just like feeling it. But
right, you just give it. You're just in the moment.
yeah, but I
with
definitely have more energy now without it. But yeah, I don't know. I was an intern at this record label. Do you know the Cottonmouth Kings?
Yeah, the
so
Cottonmouth Kings.
I worked for that label, and by work I mean I showed up to the office, hung around, and stole a lot of stickers. But they gave me some. But they were like the weed band, so I was like around it a lot, man, and I learned a lot of like good things. I mean, I think I was like, my dad is very like was anti. Later on, he realized like it was helping me at certain points. He kind of chilled out a bit, and he knows I'm like a good kid. But my mom, I think, was like, thought it was cool that I like knew a lot about it, and like I would research everything and kind of like was very educated about the drugs I was taking and stuff like that. Like first time I did ecstasy, we like had the AC on, we had like jugs of water. We're like, all right, we need these to do it safely. You know?
You knew what you were
Really?
doing.
Yeah.
There's
Me
no
too.
mystery behind it.
Me too. I took in college.
Mystery is panic, dude.
In college, I took a class called Drugs in the Brain. It was Molecular and Chemical Biology 62. And it was
Yeah.
drugs in the brain for non-science majors. It was a class just to teach the students which drugs do what. And our teacher basically told us, he was like, hallucinogens are safe unless you have like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder in your family. Then it can trigger you. And they were like, he was like, weed is safe except for the fact that you're inhaling smoke.
Yeah.
And then that's where I learned about like you can boof nicotine. Like tribes will boof nicotine to trip for their like shaman rituals and shit. And that's where I kind of like figured out which drugs I'm going to do and which drugs I'm not. I'm like not doing heroin, not doing like opioids. Like I'm like stay away from that. Not doing meth.
Yeah.
I'm a weed guy.
You think you're better than me? Don't answer that.
No, definitely I don't.
You guys are so the opposite of like who I was as a person. Like obviously, like I don't like doing specific drugs now because I'm fat. You can't do coke.
You got to be careful.
You got to be fucking careful.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I remember 5 years ago, I was at a Christmas party and I did a half of thing of lean. I took 2 hydrocodone.
Damn.
That's so much opium.
I know. And then I speedballed it too. I did that, and then I took 100 milligram edible, and then I did like 9 rails of cocaine.
Yeah.
Dude, I was
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
But the problem was, issue with that night, I wasn't even that high.
Damn.
I was high.
Yeah.
But I was upset
you're
with like,
counteracting all
yeah,
this
I know
thing.
I'm counteracting, but I'm like sitting there like I'm fucked up, but I'm not like.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, all right, I gotta chill. That night made me go, all right, what am I looking for here? What do I want, huh? You can't just hometown buffet like macaroni,
Yeah.
turkey. You know,
Yeah.
I can't go with drugs. That's dumb.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison.
Yeah,
you can't be like mixing all the poisons together.
And
into
like
one
my
big
friends
cocktail.
around me were like, you're like a tank. And I'm like, I guess. But let's not test this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I remember I did amphetamines like as a teenager, and I remember there was like this rumor, I don't know if it's true, that if you smoke it, it's like way more addictive. So I was like, I'll just snort it. I'm not crazy. And so
Yeah.
I'd be doing like, I'd fucking snort it, but I wouldn't like smoke. And then one time a guy passed me a pipe and I maybe hit it.
The reason it's more addicting smoking it is it's all about how fast it crosses your blood-brain barrier. So if you eat something, it takes a while. Right?
Yeah.
If you eat a piece of meth, it'll take a while for it to get into your system. If you snort it, it'll be a little it'll be faster.
Yeah.
If you smoke it or inject it, it's almost immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The capillaries in your lungs,
Yeah.
right? I'm just saying.
So that way, so you get more addicted if suddenly you're suddenly really high, and then it goes out of your system faster
Yeah.
too.
I'm so glad I never got like hooked on that shit, man. I was like, I
I knew a lot of people who were.
oh
Hooked
yeah,
on what?
dude, in
Just
my
meth-
neighborhood,
meth
it was.
everywhere.
I think
Meth is everywhere.
I think that's what really fucked a lot of like the hood up, was like when cholos started like when amphetamines came into the neighborhood, it like it changed. You know, it wasn't really about like protecting the people that lived in the neighborhood anymore. It was like they were robbing in the neighborhood, like
Right.
shit like that. It was like you know.
Was the paisa problem solution. Like I worked in kitchens.
Yeah.
And in these kitchens, how do these Mexicans work 3 jobs?
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of
Right,
them
but
are.
a lot of them.
A lot of
Yeah.
them are
Yeah.
sleeping 3 hours a night. Doing bumps of meth in the bathroom,
Killing
going
it
from
at work.
one job to the next job
Yeah.
because they got 3, 4
And
kids at
they
home.
might even think they're doing coke.
They might even think, or they might
Yeah.
even saying that.
Nah,
Be
they know
saying
what
that they're doing.
cristal is,
Yeah, they
man.
know
Yeah,
it
yeah.
because they look for it because
Scante.
it's the truck driver drug.
Right.
Because I know,
Yeah.
like I'm not, I have a Theo who I know he does it because I know he
Right.
did it as a truck driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's such a problem in the brown community.
Yeah.
Like but it's sometimes it's what my wife is so against it. I was like, well, we got to keep these Denny's going, dude. Well, yeah, I need a guy with Scante in there so I get in there
You're like,
making
you
my
want-
eggs.
Yeah.
My friend's dad was a cab driver, and he developed a pretty gnarly coke habit because he would just be driving
Yeah.
his cab all night and stuff, you know?
I remember seeing a thing about how, like, when heroin was the big problem in like the 70s in like the black and brown communities, it was actually kind of like not that bad of a problem because heroin addicts would be fucked up on heroin, but they would like then go to work. There'd be regular people who work, and then after work they would do heroin.
Yeah.
But then when crack became the problem, it was people just getting their high, and then they crash, and then they start fiending for the next high, and then they start robbing and shit. Like the crime rate went up way more because of crack versus heroin.
I'm saying legalize meth, all right? Because we need to keep these goddamn
Yeah.
kitchens
I
going.
say legalize all
I'd say
drugs.
all the drugs.
legalize everything.
Legalize
is what I
everything.
would do.
Let-
Yeah, put people
everybody-
on prescription like fucking
I
Portugal
would
does.
legalize drugs. I would criminalize being fucked up in public more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so if you're
keep it
fucked
nice.
up, yeah. If you want to go do drugs in your own little corner of the world,
Yeah, but what if you want to go on a real brisk walk when you're fucking high? Do you want to go outside?
if you're not bothering
Uber
people,
Eats,
if you're
baby.
able to handle your drugs, that's
But if you're
that
noticeably
includes-
fucked up, yeah.
yeah.
That includes alcohol.
Yeah.
100%.
They're
I
the
live by a
worst.
bar.
Yeah.
They are the fucking worst.
Alcohol,
and they'll go, but it's
cokeheads.
legal.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Man.
Alcohol's a drug.
It is 100% a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm surprised by brown people who they'll be judgmental towards drugs, but they're like, drink 20 Coronas.
Yeah, have this wine at church.
I'm not high, I'm drunk. It's like, no, dog, you made up a word for high on alcohol so that you couldn't say hi.
You still hit your high
You're
now,
still
dog.
getting high,
You're still
yeah.
fucked
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Man, and it's so socially accepted, man. There's billboards for it. Every time I'm watching TV, when I first stopped drinking, like watching TV, it'd be fucking a Corona commercial or something. Oh, it looks nice, man.
Mushrooms are gonna be legalized eventually in this country. It's
Yeah,
happening,
it's
right?
happening, yeah.
And that's gonna be, I think, the thing that turns out is like what helps all these people get off opioids, helps all these people get off alcohol.
Mandatory mushrooms for politicians.
I just wish I could eat
you got to
them.
try it once.
Yeah.
I wish I could
Yeah.
eat them. I
Yeah.
can't do it. I do the little, like, I smell the
Not
every
the
time.
chocolates or the capsules.
Limeade.
I'll put them in a little capsule for you.
I did. I even bought capsules. And you gotta grind them down.
I do it.
put
I'll
them in
do
the
it for you. I'll
capsules.
bring you some.
Just drink the limeade.
We should do a mushroom
Stop being a
episode.
bitch. How about that? Stop being a bitch.
Eat a chocolate, eat a limeade, drink some limeade.
Yeah.
I'll eat a limeade as many as I want.
Yeah, I'll eat all the limeade.
All the limeades. All right, you guys have any one of the good ones?
Oh damn.
Okay.
Episode
Speaking of
food, bye, boys.
limeade,
I got
speaking of limeade, I'm gonna say Skippy Simon.
Skippy Simon's getting a shout out.
Wow.
He's getting well, he allegedly sells great prices on mushrooms at the store.
Welcome to Skippy's wholesale mushrooms.
And he told me how to make the mushroom limeade,
Oh, did he ever? That
which
was so
was
good.
fucking amazing.
That was so
all
good.
you do, I pulverized an ounce of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Took one of those bottles of like pre-juiced lime juice, poured it on top, left it for an hour, strained it.
Yeah.
Added sugar and water.
Yeah.
And there was 28 grams of mushrooms in a 28-ounce thing of limeade.
Yeah. So the math was
And it
real
takes
good.
all the
2 ounces, 2 grams.
I didn't want to touch that stuff. Everybody's, come on, have a bit. I'm like, no.
It was strong.
Yeah.
It was
The
strong.
jury's out.
I think an ounce you would have been good.
no hurt stomach and no,
No
hurty
hurt
stomach.
stomach.
Oh, an ounce you'd have been good. I drank half a Calistoga bottle with Matt.
I heard that the hurty stomach comes from people that don't clean their mushrooms. There's still like cow shit on them. But there's different ways to grow them now. You could use
There's also alkaloids in the mushrooms that just are poison.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't blame my cow shit love from those
Yeah.
mushrooms. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the taste of the mushrooms. I don't mind the cow
Okay.
shit smell.
Hell
The
yeah.
taste.
My one of the good ones
But
is...
I also, real quick, Skippy Simon, thank you for the mushrooms. I wish he wouldn't say the N-word as much. on stage, I was watching him. I'm like,
One of
what
the good ones that says the
What the
N-word.
fuck was this?
Hormones.
So I got to put a caveat at the end.
You can't. There
I gotta-
should not
I
be
gotta
a good
caveat
one.
that.
Man.
What about you?
My one of the good ones, I'm going to shout out to Sam Raimi, creator and director of the Evil Dead series.
All right.
Evil Dead 2, top 5 movies for me of all time. Inspired my creativity, made me believe that I could make things with my friends, and it's changed my life.
Hell yeah.
He's not white, but I'm gonna give you a big shout out because he made me think. Peja Stojakovic, old King.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the Kings are in the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Now they're playing the Warriors.
He's not white?
Yeah, he's white.
Oh, I thought you said he's not white.
He is white. I guess
Oh.
he's white. He's European.
Stojakovic sounds
I don't know.
white.
He looks like someone stepped on a handsome guy.
Peja?
He's great. Yeah. He looks wild
Hell yeah.
looking.
Hell
He's
yeah.
got that
He's white for sure,
long
dude.
European face.
Yeah, he's white, but he's got Middle Eastern facial hair.
He does have that. He has your facial hair. But that's one of the good ones. Not as great as yours, but anything you guys got promoting? Nothing?
No, that's it.
Instagram.
At Mostly Sorry.
Can I just want to say, shout out to Kevin Herder, who plays for the Sacramento Kings. Red Velvet is his nickname. And shout out to DeMontis Sabonis, who also plays for the Sacramento Kings, your favorite team.
He's still thinking about Red Velvet.
They lost to the Warriors last night. And I don't know when this podcast coming out, but I'm pretty sure by the time the podcast comes out, the Warriors will have beat them in the series, and they would have made me $50 off Stephen Fury. So, shout out to
Look at you fucking turncoat. All right,
Yeah.
I like the Warriors and the Lakers. You can't have both.
I'll take both.
You can't have both.
I'll take both.
You pick one. It's one
Okay.
or the other. You're a Lakers fan, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Lakers. See, that's the Lakers.
Lakers, Dodgers, baby, that's it. Forever.
I grew up in LA, and then I spent like a decade in the Bay.
But you stay with one.
Yeah, just the Bay doesn't
I'll
claim
take
you,
the
dude.
Warriors then.
Okay, yeah, but I better not
take the
see
Warriors,
you. I
then.
see you with the Lakers jersey on,
I have
Hormones.
50 different jerseys of all the different
damn
teams.
turncoat.
Yeah, I love basketball. But I want to say thank you for the Sacramento Kings white players for playing so terribly and helping the Warriors win. Thank you.
Well, that's been Dogs of Browntown. I love you. At Saul Comedy,
At Not Hormones.
at Not
Yeah,
Hormones.
at Mostly Sorry.
And follow us on Instagram at Dogs of Browntown.
All that.
Hell
We
yeah.
love
Let
you.
us know. Message us. Let us know if people want T-shirts because we're going to try to work on that.
Also, if you guys want brown advice,
Oh, yeah.
if you guys want advice from brown guys, dogsbrowntown@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Send us any questions you have, anything you want answered.
Any
holler
type
at
of
us.
racism that you want to call me, a wetback, whatever you want to call me, that's Trujillo@gmail.com. I like smoke.
We love smoke.
I love smoke.
Yeah.
I love it. So if you're racist, you want to tell me anything negative, call me fat, hit me with it. I
Todo
love
el
it.
humo.
Hit me. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Please rate, review, subscribe right down here.
Follow us on Instagram at Dogs of Browntown, and follow me on Instagram at Not Hormones.
Don't forget about me. That's Saul Comedy, Saul Trujillo.
Hey, don't leave me out of the fun. I'm at Mostly Sorry on Instagram. Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing right now? You better be subscribing. Check this one. Click, or maybe this video. I know you want to click that one. That's the one you want. Just subscribe.